Good morning, 8Cs, receiving school students and teachers.
Good morning, Miss Irma.
You may take your seats. All right, receiving teachers, in our I inform introduction what a physical environment is. Now, before we go into our exercise, what I'll do is I'll just go through with you a group activity called each of the. Could you please everyone see that sheet? All right, many a times when you're assigned to do a group activity, you shove all the responsibilities to one person. Is that true? Yes, that person does all the thinking, that person does all the writing, and some of us, we don't do anything at all. All right? Now, this group activity here will help us to carry out responsibilities. All right, let's look at the first role. Okay, first role of a there are 6 students or 5 students in a group. Now each student, all right, they have a role to play. One student will become the runner. That person, that student collects and gives out all the materials for the group. Okay, that person also makes sure that the materials are collected and returned at the end of the activity. So in your group, you will decide who will be the runner, okay? Who will be collecting the materials at the end of the lesson, bringing them back to the teacher. Okay, the next role, timekeeper. That person or that student must have a watch. Okay, the timekeeper in that group must make sure or keep track of time. Okay, make sure that the group moves and gets the work done on time. So the group must, okay, do the activity within 20 minutes and not over 20 minutes. So that timekeeper must make sure that the group, okay, works on time. All right, the next role, we have the manager. Somebody will become the manager. The role of the manager ensures that the group members know what to do. All right. They also must make sure that they begin work and they do not waste time or go off track. So, for example, if the group, okay, if the group members are not really sure of, okay, what to do, the manager, okay, has to ask the teacher, okay, could you explain? And then he or she reports back to the members and say, oh, this is how we go about it. All right. Okay, the next role, okay, the recorder. Class, read, please.
Records or writes down the group's points and findings. Write down important notes for the reporter to report back to the whole class.
All right, so the recorder, right, he records anything that is given by the teacher, right? He writes down any main points that the group has discussed or came up with, and also writes down important notes and gives to the reporter. All right, the reporter, okay, uses notes taken by the recorder on main points and reports. All right, this time the reporter will present your findings to the whole class. All right, for example, reporter comes up here to the front and talks, reports, or he or she summarizes what the group came up with. So how many roles do we have here? 5. Okay, 5 roles. All right, runner, timekeeper, okay, recorder and reporter. It doesn't have to be only those 5, okay, those 5 roles. Someone can be the encourager, okay? Encourager, all right, that person will encourage all the students, okay, to do their work, all right? So for example, a group, okay, group one, you have all your roles, your responsibilities to carry out. So each groups have their own roles, their roles. Is that clear, 8Cs? So that means writing and thinking and talking, right? Each of you will have a role or responsibility to carry out. And it will make the activity, okay, more lively and interesting, and not some of us sitting down and doing nothing. Okay, so you can, later on you can decide, all right? In your groups, receiving students, you decide who will be the recorder, who will be the timekeeper, manager, reporter, and so on. All right, if there isn't any questions, we'll move on. All right, receiving students and 8Cs. All right, our strength today, okay, today's lesson. All right, remember we are on environment and resources. Environment and resources, our sub-strand, people and the environment. All right. What is a physical environment? Right, that's our topic for today's lesson. Class and receiving students and teachers. Can someone tell us, all right, what is a physical environment? Does anyone know? Receiving students, who knows what a physical environment is? You have any idea? Question, what is a physical environment? Okay, let me put it this way. Looking at pictures here, but maybe these pictures can help you. All right, brainstorm on what a physical environment is. Now, by looking at these pictures, as I said, maybe these pictures can help you. Groups who have come up with something. All right, nakawas.
Nature. All plants.
Nakawas said nature. To do with physical environment.
Anything that is visible and is part of the surrounding around us.
Anything that is physical and is part of the surroundings around us, okay, visible. All right, good. The surrounding. Okay. Okay. Okay, physical environment. Okay, environment we can say is a non-living or living things that make up the environment. Right? You see, this is the surroundings around us, part of nature. Right? We can say physical environment is a living and things, all right, things or parts, you can say things or parts of the environment. All right, class, receiving students. The definition of a physical environment, we can say the living, non-living things or parts of the environment, right? And then we can make a list of some of these things that make up the environment or makes up the physical environment. Okay, wait, put that first. Physical, all right, you can say seas, you can name rivers, all right, you can name mountains, yes, you can name vegetation, different plants, they're all part of the physical environment, all right. Now we're not going into the physical environment yet, right? In our next lesson, we will really look into this, okay? Physical environment such as mountains, valleys, rivers, and so on. All right, what I'm going to tell you to do is, all right, for the receiving students, you can go outside, all right? Or before you go outside, okay, we have a column of non-living things. All right. Non-living living things in, all right, receiving students and teachers, you drop this table, right? Once you drop this table, you go out into an environment. What you do is, sorry, okay, I have it here, the table, all right? All right, number two, to list the environment, okay? List any living things in the environment. If you go outside, right, you look around your environment, what can you see, okay? What can you see that has life? What things can you see that has life or that are living things? Okay, the next column for non-living things. All right, what are some of the things that have no life but are in the environment? Right, for you 8Cs, we were supposed to go outside, but because of the rain, drop this column or this table in your exercise book, and you do these 2 questions here. All right, but for the receiving students and teachers, they can go outside and observe for themselves in the environment. But as for you, okay, just imagine or think of any living things in an environment and any non-living things. All right, can you do that now? 8Cs, quickly come up, drop your table, and you can start listing them into into the right column. Okay, so think of any non-living things. Anyway. Okay, if you finished writing down the non-living things and the living things, okay, your next question is, all right, you only look at the living things, okay? So if you've written down plants or human beings, or what else? Animals, okay? Anything that has life, right? How are they things useful? Maybe for that third question you can have answer on its own. Have that question separately and then you write your answer beside your question. Right? Here. Are they useful? are plants useful in the environment? How are they useful to you in the environment? Animals? How are animals useful in the environment? Okay. What else? Okay, while you're working on that, we'll just some of the non-living and living things. Can we just list down some of the living things, please, in your environment? Okay, what are some non-living things that you can find in an environment or in your environment? Yes, Paulus? Okay, we'll just have you to call out the answers. Okay, Samuel. Waiting for Mike's turn.
Desks. Desks. Desks.
Desks. Okay, desks. It's two. All right, buildings, classroom buildings. Cars. Let me ask this question, River. Is thing. We leave rivers out first. Okay, things. Okay, trees, plants. That's it. Each of these, how are they useful in the community? Or how are they useful in the environment? Can we have some answers from the groups, please? Those of you, if you've written down your living things, how are they useful? Read out whatever that you wrote and you explain. Okay. Okay, very good. Trees are useful in the environment because they provide us with shade. All right, shade, shelter. Yes. Can we have another group, please? Let's have another group to explain the importance or how they're useful in the environment. Okay, we've done trees. Okay, this group here, Rose. Okay, you others listen carefully to the answers. All right. Plants, they are useful because they give us food. All right. We get food out of plants, and also they beautify the place, the environment. Very good. Let's have another group. All right. That group on the far end, please.
Plants are useful because they provide us oxygen and medicine.
Plants. You want plants?
And food.
Okay. Provide us oxygen. Okay, good. Let's have the next group, please. Okay, let's have this group here. Quickly, can we have a boy to give us an answer this time?
Human beings are useful to the environment because they protect animals that are about to get extinct.
Charlie, I didn't hear you. Again, please.
Human beings are useful to the environment because they protect animals that are about to get extinct.
All right. Human beings are useful in the environment because they protect animals. All right, cool. Any other importance of human beings? How are human beings useful in the environment? Or what about animals? Animals? How are animals useful in the environment? All right, let's have Eileen.
Animals are useful in which they provide us with protein.
Are useful in the environment because they provide us with protein. You agree with Eileen? Yes. All right, they provide us protein, food. That's protein, good. Okay, any other things? All right, if not, I want to sit up straight, please. So receiving students, your table, all right. If you had gone outside and you have observed, all right, what makes up the environment, non-living and living things, classify or put the living things in one group, non-living things in one group, and then explain how they're useful in the environment. All right, 8Cs. Here. Receiving teachers. The topic will be identifying the key features of a physical and the teachers out there. our keyword for today is living things. All right, thank you, HCs and receiving school students and teachers, and you all have a nice day today.